Hey, it's James Phillips again, just kind of walking you through the court-martial playlist. And so one of the things we're going to talk about is if you are in a court-martial, you're in front of the judge and you start hearing the word 802 hearing. So what an 802 hearing is anything that happened outside of your presence as the accused in a case. And what that means is if I, as the attorney, go back with the prosecutors and we meet with the judge and we have a conversation with the judge, once we come back on the record, and in a court-martial, you would be sitting next to me or you'll be sitting next to your Trial Defense Services, ADC, whatever it may be, you've got your attorney, you're going to hear the judge say, this is what we talked about while we were in the back, but he's going to say, I want both sides to agree to what the 802 hearing was, and he'll talk about, we talked about scheduling, we talked about this, we talked about hearings, we talked about motions, whatever it may be, you're going to go through and hear word for word what was talked about while we were back with the judge and outside of your presence. The reason the judges do this is because they're keeping the record straight. In other words, if I bring up an objection on the record back with the judge, he's going to state it out in front of court and in front of the court reporter, and he's going to keep the record and say, defense counsel in our 802 session asked for a hearing date of such and such, or asked for a trial date of such and such, or he said that he agreed to the deposition, and he will then ask, do both counsel agree? And you'll hear the answer is yes, I agree, judge, or no, judge, I believe we also talked about this, that, whatever it may be. So for you as the accused, listening to what's happening, this is vital information because they can also go through, we had an 802 session by email. And so what they'll do is they'll say that in that 802 session, we went back and forth, we talked about this, we talked about that. And so it is a record of the conversations that took place that were outside of your presence. And for you as the accused, it gives you a good idea of what's being said when you're not around. So this is pretty vital for you when you're hearing the judge talk about an 802 in your trial. You know that he's talking about conversations that happened outside of your presence, but he's making them part of the record. So later on appeal, if there was a reason to appeal, you have a record of what happened outside of your presence. So that's a real quick one, but the bottom line is it's real important for you to understand what those words mean. Thank you.